Oh, sorry. Didn't see you all there. Just currently hanging out at a cafe by myself. Unfortunately, it looks like Wood quit the show today, which is incredibly disappointing. So it's just the producer sat here with me from the old War Lily cockatoo, waiting for my cinnamon scroll.
Yeah, don't mind me, guys. I'm just off camera making some coffee. It's just fine.
He's here. He's here. He's behind the counter making like an espresso or some sort of something. I don't know.
A flat white, actually.
Flat white. You know what? I actually don't mind the flat white. I want to give a big thanks to everybody for tuning in so far. We're having a lot of fun. Unfortunately, like I said, we are sans Wood today. I don't know where he honestly is not returning any calls. We may have sent a carrier pigeon out there. Oh my gosh, there he is.
Wait, what? Oh my God, there he is. How did he get there?
Sorry, I just wanted to make an entrance. Thought I'd sneak in there.
Oh my God, when it zooms into me, it's so blurry.
Yeah, it's pretty blurry. You know, it honestly seemed like a lot of people were just excited for it to be Erek only, so maybe I will just dip out of here.
That's no, we couldn't. We don't want to do it without Wood.
Well, yeah, it's hard. It's hard not to do it without Wood.
Yeah, Wood's kind of a requirement for doing it. I think.
I think so too. A lot of people take pills for that.
Prerequisite.
So I'm here, but oh God, we didn't even discuss if we wanted to discuss. How transparent do you want to be?
I literally don't care anymore.
Yeah, okay.
I'm ready to just go guns blazing, drop all the facades. I mean, come on, we're not actually at a coffee shop, you know what I mean? Like,
wait, what? Wait, what? Not where?
We're not together in the same room? What do you mean?
I swear that scene keeps moving and shimmying.
I'm just scooting further away from you.
It's not centered anymore. I'm like on the left a bit.
Oh, I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. That's kind of what we've always done.
Push it a little
over. Like we said, or at least I said, I literally couldn't care less anymore. Just kidding.
I'm sorry. I'm just watching the producer fumble. Let me do it. I got it. Jesus.
It's the bottom one.
Oh yeah, it is.
I was like right almost there, and then you're like, "Let me do it.
Let me do it."
Oh my gosh.
Hey, all right, welcome in everyone. So I don't know how much we're gonna divulge here. I guess we'll have an open, candid conversation here before the show begins. First thing I want to say though, is Gabe in the chat still? Calling Gabe in the chat.
Calling old Gabes.
Calling old Gabes in the chat. I need to run
just one.
I need to run something by you really quickly. Erek and Chris, I mean the producer and I had a...
Oh, dude, don't say his name!
Sorry.
Oh, God dang it.
You had to call attention to it, didn't you?
Oh, jeez.
Sorry. We don't like accidentally saying the producer's name while we're live. It's really...
Sorry, Chris.
Unprofessional.
Takes me out of the moment.
I know.
Oh.
We had a conversation... Oh, Gabe. All right, Gabe. We're going to be calling you in. Look, we're gonna describe it a bit better once the show gets going and we're in the show. But we were supposed to... How much do I want to say? Gabe, expect a call. We're going to do it via Skype.
Just make sure you're in a well-lit room.
Yes, we're going to do a well-lit room on Skype.
Turn your lights on.
Turn your lights on. Nice stationary camera if possible. Gabe, we're gonna call you in for the Rubik's Cube challenge, but I just want to let you know we're doing it on Skype. So we're gonna need you to have Skype available. And if anyone in the chat has a Rubik's Cube on hand and want to be a part of this, feel free to put your hand up in chat, and you can be a part of it when the show gets going.
Yep.
Now look, as I was saying, I hate doing this. I don't even know what to say.
Okay, let's put, how about I preface?
Okay.
There's I'm still not in the new house. Yeah, I'm just kidding. We're going to be changing things up here soon, and we're just kind of exploring some things today. I think it's important for the show that we continue to try and better the show and make a better experience, not only for the viewers but for us as Wood and I, and then whoever the producer is. I don't know, but we just want to have more fun with it, and I think growing the show, or at least us having more fun with the show will be key for more growth for the show. So I think that's probably the best way to put it.
That's
so
definitely
things will be changing.
Yeah, that's definitely
Again.
an opener. I guess I'll clarify so
Sure.
people don't freak out too much. If you've been watching the show since the start, and we're coming up on 20 episodes, I recognize pretty much all of your names, so I think a lot of you have been. The first 10 episodes we considered a pilot season. We had different graphics, different overlays, different feel and vibe, different music, and we were kind of getting our foot in the door of what we wanted to do, and then we thought we had figured it out, and we decided to revamp at episode 10 and go in with the new graphics and have a more professional feel and run with the show that we had created.
Yeah. The intern became the producer too.
Yes,
that's right. Don't forget about that.
And that was supposed to be the way that things were going to go moving forward. That was going to be our show. We were very proud of what we have done. So we still are very proud of what we've created so far. And we're proud of the show that we made. And it was a unique idea that we all had a lot of fun with. However, the show isn't growing. Which, if you're a part of it, it's no secret. The show's not growing. And coming up on 10 episodes of this new format, we need to do something again to shake things up. Something different. Something new. Yeah, something to reinvigorate the show. And we have talked about what that's going to look like, and we won't go into that too much. But essentially, I came to both of these fine young men and said, it was really me. I said that I can't feasibly keep doing this show the way that it's going. Just because it takes up all of our Sunday, which is a whole day of the week that we all need for things, but I myself need for my other projects and YouTube and all of that. I don't want to lose the show, so I said to them, or suggested to them, that we either need to change or drop. And none of us wanted to drop it, so we're going to try and change. Do we want to talk about...
I'm excited.
Yeah, we are all excited because the change is exciting.
Yeah, look, and I think we're going to try some of that today. Just because we felt really excited about it. So we'll have our topics, our usual topics. We're going to have our fun kind of gags that we do for half the show. And going forward, I think what we're going to do is we can still call on the game, still take calls from viewers and stuff, which is fine. It will be fun, and that will stay, but it will kind of minimize. It'll be more about like a more conversational based show rather than like, for example, me being in presenter mode. Like every time we get into a segment, it's like, okay, here, guys, we're here talking about this segment today. No, it's just kind of more relaxed and chill and more conversational show, or maybe even you can actually finally label it as a podcast at that point going forward. So we're gonna try that today, see how it goes. But that's the formula that we're gonna maybe stick with going forward, just to have it be more fun, because it is quite easy to burn out on something that obviously we're putting a lot of effort in and it's not growing in the way that we want it to. And don't let that take away from the 100 some odd people that are watching now. We're obviously very appreciative of that, but we want to continue to grow the show.
Yeah.
To 10 times or 100 times more than that. If that's where at least my eyes are set. And I know we can get to that point, but we're just trying to figure out the right formula for that. So if you'll indulge us,
yeah,
I think it's going to be fun.
We a little part of me, and I'm sure we didn't talk about it, but we feel a little bad every time. Well, I mean, it's happened once, but we try and change or improve or different the show because, we have people supporting the show as it is, the people that have become valued viewers here on YouTube, people that have donated, people that have bought merch. The logos and all of that aren't changing again. We really like all of that. That's not changing at all. It's just the format. So, but you guys are here along for the ride with this show as much as we are, and we don't know where it's going, and I know you guys have no idea where it's going. But it's definitely going to lean, we've made the joke of it's not a podcast because it hasn't been one. But I think, for the sake of being more clear and creating something that people are more familiar with, we're going to lean into it being a podcast or a talkcast. And we're going to drop the idea of segments like Erek alluded to, these, every 10 minutes changing to a new thing. I love that, and I've loved it, and I don't love it any less now, but I don't know if it's inherently working or resonating with people. So we're going to go for a more structured, I see that.
Can I just clarify here, before I clarify, of course, Kyle Potts, $4.99, cheers to Wood and Erek 3.0. I'm really excited. Thank you for that.
Yes, me too.
Thank you. 02K question. All of your Sunday, the show is about an hour long. That's what you think. There's a lot more prep time that goes into the show. Like, for example, we're sat here for 2 hours well before the show starts.
We've been on the phone for 3 hours already.
And it's like during the week, I also obviously edit the show.
Yep.
Prior to cutting it down on YouTube now, which is what Wood's doing. I edit the audio. We plan segments. We try and do it. A lot of stuff. There's a lot of prep time that goes into just the hour show or 45 minutes, whatever it is. So we want to streamline that so we can have more fun, maximize the fun and maximize the potential.
I know that comment wasn't to try and minimize the effort that we put in.
Not at all.
It does come across that way a little bit because...
No, I just wanted to clarify. Yeah, that's all.
We've been on the... No, I agree that you should, because we've been on the phone for 3 hours already. We're probably going to sit here for a pre-show, post-show, and show, so it's not an hour. It's usually an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then we're going to be on the phone for a bit more after that, going into 10, 11, midnight, trying to organize files and getting everything to Erek and figuring out all of that stuff. And then Erek goes away and edits it for a whole day. I then have to start doing the thumbnail and trimming the YouTube edit and doing the monetization and all of that. And then when Erek gets the file, I get the file uploaded on the website. So that's like, tomorrow I'm doing a lot of that. And then Wednesday we're uploading the file once Erek is finally done editing it. It's something that bleeds into the whole week. It's not like we just show up for an hour. And honestly, if it seems like at any point we've just shown up for an hour and put on a show, then I don't think we did our jobs correctly here, because almost every show has had 2 or 3 little musical stingers that we've created. Erek's made music and I've sang, and we've mixed down and made music every single episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Which we'll have one today even.
Oh, we've got a great one today.
Yeah. We have another one today, and throughout the week I've organized the Rubik's Cube Challenge. I have a special prize for that too. I spent a day getting that ready. And it's a lot of effort that we put in. So
it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. We have what we call the pre-show and the post-show, right? But we also have a pre-show and a post-show.
Yeah,
this is very true.
That's off air. The organizing and then the discussing.
We've had one pre-show, but what about the second pre-show?
It is a monolith effort, and obviously we want the show to trend in the direction that we see it going, because obviously we really believe in the show, and we obviously are very appreciative of the support. Segments aren't necessarily going to go. They'll just be a little bit more sparse. Trust me, I think everybody's going to like the show. We were really, really excited about it when we were talking about it. All smiles were lit up. Even though the producer's camera's a little bit distorted there, I can't really see anything. But
we're still gonna do like calls and fun games like that, but it's just not gonna be something we try and force every week, because with the way the show was going and the numbers that we had in the show, it ended up being a lot of the same people calling in, a lot of the same people filling out the form, a lot of the same stories, a lot of the same callers, essentially. And we felt like we were kind of draining that teat dry a little bit. And I think last show, when half the people calling in are people that we've had calling a bunch before, I mean, we love that. We love that connection. But it wasn't, you know, that new and fresh and exciting thing every week. And it was like, oh, who are we meeting this week? It's the same people that's watching every week, which is great. And we love that you're here, but we want it to grow, of course. So maybe playing those games a little less often and doing a show that maybe grows a bit more. So it's also going to lean more into us, and we have noticed that when we talk about things like Erek's life and what's been happening with him lately with his situation in the house and breaking in and all of that, and then me with my seizure and that episode, the episodes that haven't been, you know, these bouncing around all these segments every 10 minutes about random crap, the episodes that are just us talking about something that happened to us is getting more views and more people watching for longer. It's more interesting. It's bringing in more people, and it's, you know, it's easier to do that stuff because we're just talking about us. So
well, that's exactly right. We're showing up with minimal plans, and for example, like, you know, I'm new to the whole Twitch thing, really, but the whole just chatting thing, the tag seems to work really well. So it'll honestly give us an opportunity to interact more with the chat, because when we go when we do the show, we turn the chat off because it's like we're putting ourselves in a box, but we're actually opening it up to more viewer interaction than before. So again, it's going to be more.
We're going to have the chat live the whole time for shows moving forward. We're not going to close it for the show. It's not going to be so much of a pre-show and post-show. It's going to be like, when the show goes live, we're live, we do the show, we talk about what we came to talk about, we interact with you guys are a part of the show in the chat the whole time, and then if we do calls, you're calling in, but there's no more, okay, the show's starting now, and then it's 45 minutes of, you know, blocking you guys out until the end, because that's not great for interaction. We're doing a live show. We should interact. We should lean into the fact that it's live.
Yeah. Yes.
And another thing I want to say is, like, we've tried really hard to stay away from gaming, because we wanted to do something different. We wanted to try and reach a new audience, and we wanted to just talk about something other than gaming. But a lot of you, if not all of you, are gamers, and we've cultivated this audience of gamers. We didn't reach out to that new audience that we were hoping to, and we love video games. So I think a lot of that needs to just come back and come into it. So, you know, it's not happening today, for example, but if this format was in place, let's say in a week or two from now, we might talk about what's happening at Activision right now. I might talk about the Steam Deck and my opinions on that for a little bit. We might just rant and rave and bounce around topics. And the website's down?
What?
The Wood and Eric's website is down?
No, it's up. WoodandEricShow.com. It's up.
I think it's up. But yeah, bringing more gaming conversations into it and talking about real world things. And just doing a show, you know, that really highlights Erek and my own individual personalities and what we love, what we like, and hopefully the producer too. We get to know him a little bit more.
Yeah, it'd be good to get to know everybody.
Maybe
we can
a
nice circle of trust. It's got to be a pretty big circle.
Oh yeah. Maybe we can finally bring the producer in, and I mean, there's plenty of chairs here at the coffee table. You never know.
There is a lot of chairs and a lot of cinnamon scrolls, a lot of JPEGs.
A lot of JPEGs. I mean, there's a takeaway coffee cup. How's that taste?
Delicious.
Come on, Wood, show some respect.
Oh my god,
I really should. Dog eat dog world.
Oh, it really is a dog eat dog world, isn't it? Did you pay for that, by the way?
What?
Cinnamon scroll, or was that covered? That was comped.
That was covered. Yeah, it was comped by the cafe. That's part of the deal that we have going on here.
Nice.
But yeah, we're excited for the change, and hopefully it can grow, and hopefully with bringing it back a little bit more to our roots in gaming, that maybe we can, you know, bring it back to my audience on YouTube and try and get some new eyes over that watch me for that stuff. And, you know, when I stream on Twitch, like my last stream, for a lot of you that were there, how many questions did I get about Skyward Sword and Steam Deck and you know, Switch or OLED or whatever? And it's things that maybe I talked about already, but a lot of it I'm not going to make a video about it. I'm not going to make a video about Steam Deck, but maybe You know, if we had done the podcast the way we're moving forward to it now, we could have spent an episode talking about the Steam Deck, or at least for half of it. I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's whatever we'd want to do on the day. We just rock up with some ideas and roll with it, and then you guys in chat can suggest things too.
Well, we all have the same relevant interests, of course. I'm like, you're playing Skyward Sword right now. I'm playing Skyward Sword right now. I would love to tell everybody how I hate the controls.
I've gotten used to the button controls, and I like them now.
Really?
Yes. You know why? Because you just need to stop caring about the camera and L. Just get it out of your head and do it old school like Ocarina, where you look forward and you press ZL and have the camera snap ahead of you, and just keep doing it that way.
Oh,
That's not a bad idea.
It's
actually.
honestly like it's old school, but it works. And once you start doing it, you get into the groove. And then the only time you need to hold L is when you're like in a room looking for a puzzle or something, and you're like trying to like stand and look around.
Interesting.
You get used to it, and it feels fine. It's just tough going from the motion controls and having the freedom of looking around, because then when you switch to the button, you want to keep doing that in that game, but you just can't. I think that's why they have it be you have to hold L. I don't think they expected anyone to hold it the entire time. I think they expect people to play the way that I've been playing it.
I didn't even think of doing that because I'm so used to like moving the camera around, of course, as you do in games.
But that's how it was for Ocarina, of course, because you only had the one stick on the N64 controller. So you would look around, then you'd press the back button, and it would.
Well, there you go. So new perspective, not only for Skyward Sword, but the show as well.
I mean, that said, neither are ideal, of course.
Oh no, they both suck.
They both suck. Yeah.
I was there on the couch last night like this, trying to like kill the Lizalfos or whatever they are. It's like I cannot kill them, and I'm just like, I'm having a seizure here in CVS, like trying to wag the Wiimotes.
Piss in your pants.
Yeah, pretty much. I was pissed off. That's what I was.
There's still a lot that sucks, like the roll. Like emotion controls of the roll, you need to run and then shake the
like,
fuck.
Do it. What?
I know, it's so dumb. I almost swore. That's how much I hate it. And then on the button controls, you need to run and click in the left thumbstick to roll. How ridiculous is that?
That is just stupid AF.
Nintendo, what are you doing?
That
said, though, all of that said, we still had a show planned for today. So today's actually going to be pretty how we've been doing it. At least for a lot of it. We have a couple of games planned. We're going to get the Rubik's Cube challenge done. Erek has a surprise game planned for me, and we actually, now I think about it, we didn't plan anything after that. So I guess we'll be like fumbling around our own words.
Pretty much. We'll open it up to the chat and stuff.
This could probably become a train wreck at the end here. So for the two audio listeners on Spotify and iTunes, I apologize. And next
Stitcher. Come on.
Don't forget about Stitcher.
And then next week's actually going to be probably the final show, if not the first show of the new format, but the final show of the old format. And should we say what that's going to be? May as well, right? It's 100 people.
Oh yeah, of course. Let's do it.
We're doing a wives episode. So a lot of people have been asking for that. We're going to bring Amber and Kim into the show and into the cafe, and we're going to do a forfeit wives episode, a special episode to cap it off, and then we'll start the new format after that. So,
oh yeah. Well, I'm excited.
I'm really
for
excited.
That.
Kim and Amber have actually never talked before, so
nope.
That's going to be interesting.
That'll be great. Amber had her stream debut last night, like literally 8 hours ago.
I watched some of that this morning when I woke up.
She got hyped. She's like, should we do a stream tonight? I'm like, okay. So we literally went live, and she had a lot of fun. She's like, oh, I can't wait to do it again. I'm like, great. That's great. We'll get one out of the way so that way we can bring it onto the show. And
we could even, and this is just something I'm throwing out there live, and it's probably shouldn't even say it, but if we do end up leaning into a more like gaming kind of show, we could even take a look at doing a special Twitch reunion episode for the first one. See if we can't, tell people over there like, hey, we're doing this a little differently now. So if you like it, don't forget YouTube.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And then we'll just upload the VOD back to YouTube again.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
We'll do a Twitch reunion. I think that sounds okay.
I like Twitch. I love
Twitch.
Everybody's got their usernames over here on YouTube, but I like seeing the Twitch emojis and all that.
I love Twitch. Maybe we could look into. No, actually, that would probably be against the rules for me. Never mind.
No, probably. Don't worry about it. We're already here. We've got very valued viewers and all that stuff, so we can't. We're into it now.
We're into it. All right.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. I need to grab out of our emails real quick, or Gabe. Actually, I know you put it in chat, but I'm an idiot. Let me scroll up. No, it's gone. It's gone, Gabe. Can you email me the Skype, and we'll get you in here at the start of the show to do the Rubik's Cube challenge.
Oh my god! Finally,
very excited to get that out of the way, Gabe.
Mama the best, $5. Play around with different methods and see what works for you. We will all be here wherever the show goes. Thank you. That's
Thank you,
nice.
Mama the best. And yeah, honestly, I'm not too worried about the 100 odd of you that are in here every week. I mean, just still thank you so much for all the support. And honestly, like, I wouldn't.
You guys are the ones that count.
Yeah. I also wouldn't be making this change, or we wouldn't be making this change if we didn't feel like you guys would be fine with it. And I honestly think you guys might even end up liking it more. I think we all might miss the constant games and tomfoolery, but I think in the long run, it's going to be a show that's easier to connect with.
They'll be more special, too, when they're done sparsely.
Yeah. True.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just waiting for that message from Gabe or that email before we officially get started. Otherwise, we're gonna be holding our PPs at the start, waiting for it.
Good thing. Actually, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
I kind of have to pee, but
Do you want to take a quick fiver before we actually start the show proper?
It would give Gabe a second here to He's emailed me. God dang, Gabe, you were too quick.
No, we can do a quick fiver anyway, just to hang on the transition scene a little longer than.
Well, actually, we might need to, because I'm gonna have to put in Gabe's. Yeah. I'm gonna have to add Gabe on Skype.
Okay.
Which I'm gonna need my Skype for.
Yeah.
How about we do that? How about you do that? We take a quick interim break here before we do the show. Probably, I'd say 2 minutes tops.
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll come back. Bladder's empty, ready to go.
Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go pee. I'm gonna add Gabe on Skype. Gabe, if you can accept that invite, and then we'll be like 2 minutes on that little intro splash screen, and then when we come back, the show is live, and it might be the last episode like this. So, yeah.
Certainly not the last one at the cafe, though. I love this.
No, I love the cafe.
This is great.
Yeah, I love this. I want this
Scones
Danish.
So good.
Oh, speaking of. Oh, Ali Snow. Is that a $33 donation from Ali Snow?
Oh.
Have we missed any Stream Element donations actually? Because I'm
not sure.
I don't
They've
think
been
we
popping
did.
up, I think.
Because they don't show in chat, remember, and I don't have the thing open. Ali Snow.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna actually let me log in to Stream Elements really quickly.
Yeah.
And read whatever was attached to it.
Thank you, Ali. I appreciate your support. We appreciate your support.
Dang, that's the wrong one.
Always great to see the regular people come in and hang out and support, of course.
Ali Snow. Ali Snow. Which one is that? Okay. And then which one is
buy some depends adult thingy and P.
What?
P is trending on Twitter. Well, what about the rest of the alphabet?
Oh my god.
And you don't know if I'm sitting here with a diaper in my jeans.
Ali said with $33.30, can't wait to hear all the new extra stories there'll be time for. That's it's true. There'll be a lot more like personal life stuff for sure. Because I always feel like
everything has to be a segment. You can even just share like little one-off things.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of I think like last week when I was like, I'm not telling my aunt story. It's because I had a story, but I didn't want to interrupt the flow of the show or tell like a semi-boring story that fizzles out. You know, I wanted each segment. I was so pedantic about the segments.
Yeah. You were putting it all up on a pedestal, right? So just letting the natural conversation occur.
Which made a great show that no one cared about.
Yes,
as
fantastic
you said,
show.
We'll be here no matter what, but I hope you guys will just find what you love the most, and that's what we're trying to do. And Ali, thank you so much for that. Thank you. All right.
Ditto.
Quick break.
All right. quick break.
Okay.
Shout out to
We'll be
Ali
back
in
in
chat.
2 minutes. Thank you.
All right. You got to find your camera source and double click on it and disable
There
the
I
capture
am.
device.
Everybody.
Good morning, Eric.
Good evening, Wood. How are you doing this fine day?
God,
at the
sorry.
cafe?
Everything. The cafe is great.
It's great.
This is our second time trying to go live with this episode. The first time, I don't even know. My entire computer pissed itself and had its own seizure in the middle of CVS.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is so... apparently, we've swapped seats at the cafe.
And I just became
the cropped in version.
It just made me really tiny all of a sudden. Tiny Wood.
Nothing like a little bit of wood.
This is a nightmare.
Oh my gosh.
This is an absolute nightmare. My computer just died. I had to restart really quickly. We're live again with the show. For some reason, I'm tiny. I'm like, I watched. For those listening to the audio version, thank you to all 2.5 of you. We're doing it via like this Skype app where it's putting us in the cafe, and it looks like we're sat behind a nice desk with a coffee and a Danish. And it's been fine this whole time. And right as we went live, we all saw it shrink me down to half the size of Eric. Like he's my big brother on the cast. Hi.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. I think it's funny because we've sat on here on the phone for, however many hours at this point, like 3 hours. And then as soon as we do our greetings for the show, everything just died.
Everything's wrong. It's all literally on the phone for 3 hours. And in 1 minute, everything got ruined.
Anyway,
that said, this is our show, episode 18. Let's hear the voicemail, producer.
Yesterday is history. tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. And that's why they call it the Wooden Eric Show Day. I don't know why I'm doing this, but
It's this guy again.
love you all. See ya.
Love you too. You think that was the same guy, or was it someone trying to recreate?
That was
rhyme?
the same guy. It was the same guy as the poetry slam from like episode 5. I loved that. That was great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Say it again, big giant Daddy Eric.
What do you want me to say, Littlewood?
My rap name. We
Daddy Eric.
Lil Wood.
I
Big
have
Daddy.
Lil Wood.
little Wood and Daddy Eric.
Oh no.
It'd be your debut album would be Lil Wood 2x4.
No, you know what my debut album would be?
What?
It would be all about Rubik's Cubes and songs that I would have prepared earlier for a possible Rubik's Cube challenge.
Wow.
This has been too long in the making, but I have organized it, and I just want to get it done and get it out of the way. So before
Get this thing over with.
Before we talk about our weeks, our lives, our days, I want to do the Rubik's Cube challenge. So producer, if you could throw us over into the intro screen, we're going to get our special guests in here to the cafe, and we're going to do the Rubik's Cube challenge.
Take
You
a
got
seat.
it. Here we go. Here we are.
Here we are, back at the cafe.
Hey, welcome to the cafe.
Hey,
Thank you
Gabe.
for joining us.
Welcome in. We're not 100% sure if Gabe can currently hear us or not. Give us a big thumbs up, Gabe, if you can hear us here in the cafe. Yay!
Yeah, okay,
Great.
He
All
can
right.
hear us.
So just work on your audio. I don't know if we want to try and if the producer wants to try and run some technical issues here, but you might need to hit the little microphone button and make sure your mic is set to the right thing. Anyway, we are we're doing the Rubik's Cube challenge, which goes a little something like this. The Rubik's Cube challenge. Yeah, that was it. We didn't have much planned for that.
That's it.
Oh, I think I can hear Gabe. Gabe. No, he's gone. He's gone again.
No, he's not there.
Oh,
Okay.
I can hear it. Gabe, how
Well, I
are
didn't
you?
hear him yet either, but
So far so good. How about yourself?
oh yeah, great, Gabe. Welcome
There.
into the old coffee shop here in Western Australia.
Oh, button. So I have a program that's running all my audio, and because of that, I have everything messed up.
You
Oh, it's
are-
fine.
You're doing fine, my guy. You are absolutely.
You're doing
crushing
better
it.
than us. Don't worry.
Look, We have been trying to get the Rubik's Cube Challenge organized for weeks, and by we, I mean I, and by I mean half-assed every Sunday in the middle of the day. I'll message everyone. That said, I actually reached out during the week, didn't I, Gabe?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, what was it, like Tuesday, Wednesday? How prepared was I?
About as prepared as I was.
So the Rubik's Cube Challenge was initially an idea that came to us because we have the valued viewer certificate form, certificate form, where you can fill out a special skill. And we had 6 different valued viewers fill out the skill saying that they can solve a Rubik's Cube in X amount of time. And it was always an impressive amount of time. So I messaged them all, and 5 people replied. 5 people were willing to come on the show and show their skills. And then as I started to suggest that it might be a competition, that number started to dwindle down to 2, 3 people. Then we really only had yourself and Ashan who was prepared to come on the show. So it was going to be you, Ashan, and also someone else named Kristen who decided they were busy this weekend. Apparently we didn't fit into the busy schedule of 8 p.m. on a Sunday night. But Ashan is nowhere to be seen, even though
Vanished.
Ashan was our shoo-in for a victory. We even gave Ashan an extra week, 2 weeks, and 3 weeks to practice and brush up on his skills. Not gonna lie, we were back in the pony in that race. We wanted Ashan to be our winner. I'm sorry, Gabe, but he was the only one that could call us that day, and so we had all our money behind him, and now he's gone. No idea where he is, which leaves us with Gabe. How are you, Gabe?
So far, so good.
Tell us a little
Just
about.
kind of hanging out here.
Tell us a little about yourself. I can hear you fiddling with the Rubik's Cube down there underneath
can
the
hear
cafe counter.
I hear you flicking your cube there, Gabe.
Yeah,
How's it going?
underneath the counter for no one to see.
Yeah, I have several cubes directly next to me, and I've been messing up different ones because I have different sizes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
The one I'm messing with right now is actually my 3x3.
yeah, I love it. I have a couple of those now. I'm getting better. I actually solved one side the other day. I got yellow figured out. Are you impressed?
It's progress.
My issue is
definitely one side is what.
once I had yellow figured out, I didn't want to figure out any other side because anytime I tried, it would mess up my yellow.
Well, that's actually the problem that most people run into is you don't actually want to solve it side by side.
Oh.
So you solve one face and then you go layer by layer afterwards.
Oh. Okay. That does make
So
that
like
makes sense.
once you have this face solved, then you'll do this layer right here,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll progress down to this layer, and then finally the bottom.
Wow. Okay.
That's a game changer.
I have to say,
honestly.
out of everyone I messaged, pretty much everyone was like, "Yeah, I'll come on," until they said they weren't going to. Until they said they weren't going to. You were the only one that really was like, "But how are we gonna do this though? It needs to be official." And what did you say? The scramble needs to be done, right?
Well, like I was just thinking so that would be fair, because like you can have people who like go 1, 2, 3 and have that be their scramble. I'm like, well, that won't make it fair for anyone else if they don't have the same scramble on their cube.
Well, you're the only one we have today. So what I wanted to suggest was, if you what time did you write in and say you could solve a cube in?
I usually average about a minute.
Okay.
Nice.
So if you can solve
too.
that, if you can solve that cube in under 60 seconds, you will be the proud winner and owner of this golden Rubik's Cube.
Oh my God.
Looks nice.
Behold all of its glory, for it is gold plated. It is real gold. Please do not smelt this down and sell it. This is for you.
It will go in my drawer of Rubik's cubes.
Nice.
What? Really? Just a drawer? You're not gonna like display it?
Yeah.
I
have a Rubik's Magic in right here. I have a Void. I have
But this is gold.
Panda.
Wow.
But this is gold.
I just have a whole bunch right next to me.
This is gold, and it's from me. I made it. I made it with my own hands.
I think I still have a stand in here somewhere. I'll put it on my desk.
What are you doing? I feel like you're not gonna appreciate it.
I did. Yes.
He's gonna win it. He's gonna earn it, and he's gonna love it. Don't you worry.
Are you
I
really?
have a cube stand for it. I'll have a cube stand for it. I'll put it on the desk. Proud and sad.
Okay, there you go. There you
Okay,
go.
that's better. All
Cube
right.
stand.
But here's the thing. How do you feel about if anyone else decides to actually man, woman, whatever up and come on the show, if they can beat your time, you then have to send the gold cube to them. How do you feel about that?
If that's what happens, that's what happens.
Okay, great.
Fair game.
Don't worry. I'm pretty sure no one's going to come on the show. But if they do, this needs to get passed on. And you can always reclaim it.
That is true.
All right. So I don't know how you want to do this because the way that we have the cafe set up, we can't see under the table there. Do you have a way?
Back up.
Okay.
We do have a clock behind us, but the clock isn't moving.
Should we try switching from the cafe scene and see if we just get the 3 cameras in here, or?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how to do that.
I can do it.
How about I just get a timer going on my phone, and we watch the timer while he flicks the cube.
Okay. Is it? Did you scramble it well?
I was just randomly flicking around, and in my opinion, is the scrambles is going to get. I don't really know if there's like a real good way of scrambling it.
Yeah, give it a couple more. Give it a couple lefts and rights. There you go. There you go. All right, Gabe. So if you can solve that cube in under 60 seconds, why are we doing this in the cafe? If you can solve that in under 60 seconds, I will send you this gold cube, which will be yours until someone defeats your time.
Okay. All right. I'm going to count down and I'm going to hit start. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
I would love to commentate this, but I can't really. I feel like I should be quiet.
There you go. He's spinning it. He's spinning it.
I don't care.
His hands are vanishing.
How you feeling?
It's like.
How you feeling there in the arena? Are you feeling good? You feeling confident?
Well, so far so good. I already got, to me, what's the hardest part, which is the first layer.
Easy.
25 seconds in.
Because after the first layer, it's literally just algorithms that you flick around the cube real fast.
Look at him go. Like, we are working with about 2 megapixels here and 5 frames a second, but I can tell those hands are a blur.
We got 20 seconds left on the clock.
20 seconds left on the clock. Oh, the hands just sped up. There's some weird text above his head, but I'm gonna. Oh, stop the clock! Stop the clock!
49 seconds!
Nice!
Oh
Congratulations!
Wow! Did you see those hands vanish? Honestly, it was like nothing I've ever seen before.
I could barely see the hands.
The final step's the easiest.
How long you been solving cubes?
I think I started either my senior or junior year of high school. I think it was my senior year of high school, so 2018.
That's fantastic.
Nice.
Have you ever been in any competitions or?
I have not, but I have challenged this one kid, Andre, a few times in high school.
Does he suck?
Missed every single time. He's got better stuff than me. I used the beginner's method he used the actual speed cubing method.
Well, I got good news for you. In the future, if you ever wanted to get a better time, I'm pretty sure this cube's going to be about the easiest one you can ever solve.
I don't know. That's the one that has no turns on it. Like, they actually make a 1 by 1 by 1.
Oh.
Is that easier or harder than this one?
I mean, it doesn't move at all.
It's just a square.
It's a little easier then, I guess. All right, Gabe. Thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations. Email me your address, and I'll get this cube sent out tomorrow. And hopefully it gets displayed proudly on your desk and not crammed into a drawer next to 10 other cubes.
All right.
Thank you, Gabe.
Thanks, Gabe.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh, ring the bell.
Hey, Wood, do you know how? Okay, I've made a segment today, and this is the first time that I've done a segment that I can actually genuinely surprise you with, because you know you've sprung like the Law and Order segment on me, the whole the War Lily Cockatoo thing, where you got Ray into pretend to be, I don't know, whatever. From
I
from the
forgot
cafe.
about that. That was a highlight.
That was really great.
Yeah.
That might go on our greatest hits, but
I don't like where this is going.
Today, my segment is, how about all those stories on the Value Viewer forums that you just hated?
Oh my God, no.
Producer, can we
yeah.
tee up the song? And by the way, this is a chance for those of you watching live to call in. You can call in. You don't have to say your name. You can just tell a story. That's all we want to hear. So let's play the song that I so fantastically made before we started the show.
And here we go.
Oh my gosh. In the store, I felt a tickle inside my tummy. I couldn't ignore it. It was something that was short and sweet. Ooh, baby, short and sweet. So this is the one and only opportunity for everybody listening right now live to call in and tell us about the time that you your pants.
Oh no, no.
So let's throw up the phone number. Let's take your calls. You can remain anonymous.
Oh my God. Literally, we have so many valued viewers fill out that form, and the embarrassing story is almost a 95% chance of being a shot my pants story. And Eric always wants to do them, and I'm always like, no, my guy, we're not.
But I think it's so funny. So as the segment is, if you want to call in, make sure you keep it short and sweet.
It's literally the lowest denominator of humor. It's like fart jokes. It's
number 2 on the list.
I used to work with a guy who just loved fart jokes. Like, it was like his favorite thing. Like, he found them so funny.
Oh my God.
And he hated, I think he found it hilarious, but he hated that I hated fart jokes. And I would intentionally never fart near him, because as soon as I did, he would laugh. And we used to hang out with each other, like, outside of work and obviously in aisles and stuff. And he was like, dude, you never fart. And I'm like, because I know what you're going to do if I do. So it became this thing between us where he had never heard me fart. And he was always like intentionally over farting and then laughing about it. Like, Wood hates farts.
Does a tree fart? Would he? There's my wood fart joke. But there you go. I think it would actually be even funnier if nobody called in.
I mean, so far you're absolutely hitting the nail on the head.
Who's gonna want to call in and tell a
well, like I said,
story?
you can remain anonymous. Literally, just get you in and tell us about the time that you pooped your pants.
That's
I mean,
true.
like, I don't know.
We won't ask your name.
This is no strings attached here. Like, I mean, we do know some specific phone numbers. So
you know what? That's what you should have done. You should have got all those freaking phone numbers and started cold calling until someone answered. I mean, just go to the valued viewer form now and throw a random number in it, and then I can guarantee you it was going to have a poop story in it.
Yep. Oh, there you go. Well, hey, while we wait, I'll tell you about the time that I pooped my pants. I have talked about this before, but it is a coming of age tale. I was in a bookstore and I was reading the Japanese manga, of course, as you do as a young boy. Then sometimes you push a little bit too hard and it all comes out.
It's a great story. I mean, you really stalled for time there with that 20-second tale.
If you want to call in, the phone number is 210-951-4927.
I heard a producer go up and then disappear. That could be a good sign for you. Bad sign for me.
This is so funny.
It's funny that no one's calling.
We've got a caller right in. We've got a caller in. There's the lines, the bases are loaded, the chambers are loaded, as I say. So somebody has called in.
When the producer disappears, it usually means someone's called in.
Somebody's called in. So I look forward to speaking with our first guest here about this clearly adult topic. This is a real almost dare I say, and I don't want to get political, but the pooping pants stories. Can
I just say that
Yeah.
I don't believe a lot of pooping pants stories because I've never pooped my pants, and I feel like it's got to be pretty easy to just not shot yourself, right? Like, I mean, just don't poop.
All right, guys. So the number of callers that I've got on hold right now is number 2. So I'll go ahead and put somebody through, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you.
Here you go.
I'm not talking.
Hi, you're live on the show. You can remain nameless. Let's keep it short and sweet.
Absolutely. I will not stay anonymous, though. My name is Josh. I'm just going to do this real quick. Big fan of both of you guys.
Do it real quick,
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Just wanted to say, so there was one night I was at a bar just going in to get a quick bite to eat. And I sat down, and long story short, I just trusted it, and it was not a fart. And to make matters worse, it leaked through my pants onto the bar stool, and I had to walk out backwards and leave money on the bar and just walk out.
Oh, God.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you guys for having me on the show.
Thank you
Have a
for
good night.
your pants.
You know,
I'm crying. This is the best thing I've ever done.
the only reason that got me is just the way he said, in such a dejected tone, I trusted it.
I don't ever laugh like this. This is genuine. This is the funniest thing.
My God.
This is so lowbrow. It's so funny.
I hate that I laughed at it, but it was the I trusted it. I couldn't help.
Oh my God.
All right, we've got the next person in. Next person up. Here you go.
I hate this so much.
Hi, you're
Hello?
live on the show. You can remain anonymous if you prefer. Let's keep it short and sweet, please.
All right. Name's Dakota. I guess I'll just say that I remember watching you guys when you first started the podcast a couple of years ago.
Oh, great. Thank you.
I'm happy to see it going.
Thank you.
So my chart, I worked at a pizza place, and I was my job was to go around the neighborhood and hang up flyers on doors. And I was about 2 roads away from my car, and I had to poop. And I just didn't make it. It just kind of came, and I just shit my pants. not quite. I feel like I'm hard to go up against this last one, but thanks for having me on, and love the show.
What
And,
happened? Wait. You were delivering pizza?
No. Well, I wish that would be even better. No,
I've got a delivery for you.
Yeah. No, I was hanging door flyers on the doors, and there unluckily no one was home. And
Great.
so it just kind of shit.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right,
Imagine
we've got a few more here, guys.
Oh yes, this is great. Come on.
Let's keep it short and sweet here, okay?
Uh,
All right, here we are. Next one up.
Hello?
Here you go. Yeah.
hello, how are you? Let's keep it short and sweet, please.
Oh, yes, sir. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello, thank you.
So, long story short, right, I had a middle school that was very, very far away from where I lived because I lived in the boonies. So we went to this this open house thing when you first go to the school, you tour the school, blah, blah, blah. I have no idea why, but they only had like 2 bathrooms open. All the student bathrooms were closed. I already had to go before we left. So mind you, half hour, we're there about 2 hours. Then we're on our way back. My stepdad, wonderful guy, and he's like, listen, I'm hungry. I'm like, oh no. And he decides to stop. Mind you, let me add, by coincidence, he happened to just get this car. It was a 2001 Ford Taurus, and it was a green color. Beautiful, mind you. And I'm literally dying. I'm freaking dying in the back seat, and I ended up, laying down on my, belly. So, we're probably 20 minutes away, and I just, I can't do it. It's either I'm going to perish or it's going to go. So what ended up happening was, I went to go a little toot toot, and unfortunately, it was the gnarliest fart, and it just was so warm. I felt my pants fill up, and like, you know what I mean? Like, it literally felt like a diaper, a diaper, like just filled up. And my stepdad's like, "Oh, what the hell's that smell?" And listen, thank God for my mother, bless her soul, because I think she might have known what the hell went wrong. I was like, "Hey, Danny, why don't you calm down?" And he's like, "Oh, whatever." And I shit myself in this car. We got home, I got out, it dripped down my pants and into my brand new shoes, and that's how the cookie crumbles, gentlemen.
Oh no!
I love that. Hey, Danny, calm down back there.
I love that was the result.
Hey, yo, mom, I'm gonna shit myself. I can't do nothing.
He like literally crapped his pants all over the car. Hey, Danny, why don't you calm down?
Yeah. Well, thank you for the opportunity. I'm a big fan and of both of you, and hope y'all have a good evening. Hope this was short and sweet.
Yes, it was certainly short and sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe we do one more here.
My favorite thing about that was he thanked us for the opportunity to tell his short story. Like he's been dying for the window.
It sounds like he needed to air his grievances.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, one more. Okay.
Oh, good. Whew. Okay.
All right, we got 3 people to choose from. I'll go with.
We don't have another. Why are we rushing it? I mean, if you're having a good time, we may as well get through all these shots because we have no other plan for the show.
Let's keep it going.
All right, here's the next one. Let's keep it going.
Hey, keep it short and sweet, please.
Hey, this is Dick. How you doing?
It's who?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How you doing?
I know who this is. Let's hear your story.
So this is about pooping your pants, right?
Yes, it is.
If it has to
Oh
be.
my gosh, let me tell you. One time I was at work, I had to reach into my car, and I bent over and I shat myself. And I thought it was just a fart. It was going to be a fart, but it turned out it wasn't a fart. I had to go find a clothing store, and the only one near me was a really flamboyant one. I never wore skinny jeans in my life, and these pants were so tight in the crotch, it looked like I had a boner for the rest of the day.
Oh, jeez.
That's my story. I had to buy new pants, new underwear, new socks.
Oh, man.
And this has happened more than once.
Well, thanks for calling in. That's a very descriptive story.
Why'd you have to find a clothing store?
Keep up the good work, guys.
You just drove home.
Thank you. Thank you.
These are your people, man. I don't even know what to say.
That voice sounded very familiar to me.
It did, didn't it?
It sounded incredibly familiar to me. Almost like I came from that person's genes.
The old Richard.
All right. Shall I bring the next person in?
Maybe we'll just do one more because what looks really disapproving.
Okay. Okay, just one more.
We will just do one more. We're pushing cloth here.
All right.
Touching cloth is the expression. Just to correct you there.
How are you? You're live on the show. Let's keep it short and sweet, please.
Yes, sir. So I just start?
Yeah, you just shart. I mean, start.
Shotting or like
short. Okay, yeah, I should shart right now, I guess.
Should I stop?
well, just like any other shart story starts, I ate something that I shouldn't have, and short and sweet version, it came out the other end the way it wasn't supposed to.
Oh,
I know the feeling.
Yeah, I know.
Well, thanks for
also,
calling.
I want to say I love you guys.
That was pretty short and sweet. Thank you.
I'm so glad we can give you the opportunity.
For my sake, I appreciate that being a very short and non-descriptive story. So you're my favorite of the bunch. I appreciate.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it. Yeah.
PG. You had my back. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I could have got R-rated real quick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
For the opportunity. Love you too.
Thank you.
Man.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh man, there we go. Oh, that was great. To me, that's the highlight of the show.
I gotta say, I hated that, but that first caller was actually a riot. That was I was
really funny.
legit crying at that one. Just I trusted it, the way he said it, and then I did like the thank you for the opportunity. That was a nice highlight. That was pretty funny. I feel like we could make that a thing where people call in and at the end they're like, "Thank you for the opportunity," as a callback joke to the shot.
Thank you,
man.
sir.
If you ever play this again, I think it would be good as it comes as a surprise because you know that I will shut it down every time you try and do it. So
It always comes as a surprise when you start.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, how about we ding the bell and we move on here?
I don't even ding to the bell today. I don't even. There we go.
Here we
Good
are.
morning, Eric.
Good evening, Wood.
We actually have planned our show right up until this very moment.
Mm-hmm.
From here, we're actually winging it until the end because, as we talked about in the pre-show with the people that were here live in the pre-show, and we'll keep it really quickly for any audio listeners or people watching this back once it's been edited down, we're thinking that we're going to change the format of the show into a more podcast-like format to see if we can reach probably the audience that we should be trying to reach. Fans of us, fans of Eric, fans of me, Wood, and also fans of gaming, and just trying to keep things a little closer to home with personal stories and making the show more of a show about us rather than a show about whatever it has been about up until now. Essentially just mixing things up and trying a new format because we feel like this one is maybe playing itself out. Although having said that, both the Rubik's Cube challenge and that was pretty funny. That's
Honestly,
great.
Some of our finest moments yet.
Yeah, but I think maybe that just tells us that we need to hybrid our ideas and keep some of those moments for shows that we do, but also flesh out each other on our shows and talk about topics that actually have some relevance or some meaning. I don't really have any of those today because, as I said, we planned nothing up until now, so I haven't asked you about your week. I would like to know what's been going on with you. You've moved in now. You are officially in the new place, not that we can see it.
No, we are officially here, and I'm really glad that aside from the fun and games, the idea with the whole show moving forward is just to kind of connect on maybe a little bit more of a personal level, which I'm really excited to have more candid conversations and stuff. So yeah, we moved in. Well, we were moved in last week, but we didn't have internet, so I was in the in-laws' garage still. But we have internet now. I've got fiber internet,
Nice.
which means absolutely nothing in Australia.
Oh, okay. Because fiber here means 1,000 up, 1,000 down.
Yeah. I get maybe 18 up, which is better than the 3.5 that I had before.
Oh, and how much down?
About 48, 50.
Oh, that is you were on like 2 and 1 in that first house.
Yeah,
so that is leagues better. I did say earlier, but I'm pretty sure Google Stadia claimed that you could stream 4K gaming at 25 down. So
yeah,
at 50, you're blitzing it.
Pretty much. But the thing is like before, I can say this now because I've done it so many times. Before we move into a place, I always see what the internet's going to look like because you can obviously see what the expected speed is, and the expected speed was 100 down and about 40 up. So obviously I got really jazzed.
You making a coffee there, barista producer?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
That's my pipe.
No, all good. You're
sorry? It's fine.
Your
what? My pipe.
What? Okay.
Pipe.
How do you make coffee with a pipe?
It's actually a ripe, gentlemen. Pardon me. So yes, this is it's a coffee instrument for the discerning individual who prefers the look of copper and Canadian craftsmanship. You put the grounds in the bowl of the pipe, and then you add water and you suck it through the stem. Yes.
What's the last part?
You suck the coffee through the stem through a filter. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. So so what I'm picturing here is one of those old-fashioned pipes that are. You doing it right into the microphone? I'm hearing like wet lips sucking down the pipe. I'm picturing one of those old pipes, like the things that like bend and then come around the bottom.
Yeah.
And then they like, who even smokes those? I don't want like pirates. Like what?
Sherlock
gentlemen
Holmes.
Sherlock
with
Holmes,
large
yes.
libraries and,
Yes.
and mahogany. And,
So I'm
you
picturing
know,
one of those, but instead of coffee grounds, instead of like tobacco, you've got coffee grounds in the. Okay.
tobacco is so like 1980.
That
I
sounds
mean,
like an absolutely terrible way to ingest coffee.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
does.
it's fantastic actually. It's pretty good.
It's a shame. It's a shame that you're not sat here at the table with us enjoying our respective coffees.
Well,
I
you know,
don't-
that's what I gotta do.
I don't know if this coffee establishment would allow a man to bring in his bribe.
No, I don't think it's BYO.
No, I think you have to get one of these fine coffee. I mean, they do have the wooden Erek original show mug, which is very nice.
Oh yeah, the legacy merch.
Mm.
I
We're
love how
actually-
both of ours are
wait.
getting green screened out.
We're actually completely decked out in the legacy merch today. Although I don't know where mine is, but my God, could I make this any
It's
more
there.
difficult? It's there. It doesn't matter. All right. Well, let's. I want to talk about something.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Wasps. Heard of them?
Oh, the worst.
That's a real stinger.
I've been dealing with so many insect issues in this new house. Around the edge of the outside of like all of my pavement in the back and the front of the house, these ant mounds have been building, these big ant hills. And I alluded to it last week, but we ended up getting one built outside the back of the kitchen. And then from what I learned from Mr. Pestman, who came by to fix it for us, at the bottom of the house, they leave gaps every like 4th or 5th brick where they don't seal up the brick. And essentially it leads into the house. But they do that so that when it like storms or whatever, the house has flexibility. I don't know how that works. Just one little gap at the bottom of the house. But it's the perfect place for ants that have just built an anthill to get in. And then because the kitchen's on the other side, they were going in through the sockets, the electrical like plug sockets.
Oh wow.
And they were coming out. And in our kitchen, which is usually clean, but they were finding all these crumbs, and because they were going through the socket, around all the electrical sockets are all of these crumbs that they're like bringing up and then to and then through. But there were ants everywhere. There were ants in the cat's food when we woke up. There's so many ants, and we had them come out and take care of the ants. But of course, the day after they leave, the pest control leaves, I notice a giant wasp hive in the arch of our front door. This is the joys of owning your own house.
Oh no.
And I noticed that because I was in the gym, and I opened the garage when I have a home gym, and I opened the garage when I work out, and all the wasps came in. So I'm in the garage, and suddenly there's wasps in the garage, and I'm like freaking out and like running into the house, and then I get them to come back out, spray the wasps, and yeah, we switch sides. And then today again, I'm working out, and this wasp flies into the garage, and he's like hovering. I've got literally 215 pounds, which by the way, I'm up to 215 on bench. I'm trying.
Nice.
It's not super impressive, but I'm getting there. But I've got like pretty much the heaviest that I can get like 6 or 7 sets of, and I'm like just about to start pushing up like my last set, and this wasp is like. And I'm like, and I almost like dropped this weight on myself. I managed to get it hooked up, and then I've got this little can of like mosquito spray, and I'm following it around, and I'm spraying it with mosquito
That probably
spray.
just made it mad.
It just made it mad, and then Kim comes home because she was out, and she walks through the garage, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, trying to get this wasp, and then she's like, okay, and she goes in the house, and I'm like, okay.
Just left you to it.
So now I have this rogue wasp, and I don't know where, like, because everyone, all of its friends should be dead, but I have this rogue wasp that every time I work out, it flies in under the garage, and that's been my life for the last 2 weeks.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Any wasp tips in chat?
I
Um,
recently read that skunks eat wasp nests when they're in the ground,
Okay.
but your nest is up above, so I don't know.
Okay, so that doesn't help. I
I
thought
think
I
you
thought we
need
were
flying skunks.
about to go down the spider, the woman that ate a spider route. You ever hear that? Do you have that nursery rhyme in
Oh
America?
yeah.
It was like she had a spider inside her. How did it get inside her? I don't know. Something something. And then she swallowed. She
Because
swallowed.
a fly.
She swallowed a
and she needed-
fly. Yeah. So then she swallowed a spider to get the fly. And then she had a spider inside her, so she swallowed a bird to get the spider, and then she had a bird inside her, so she swallowed a cat to get the. I don't remember how it goes. So that's what I figured. You buy a skunk, Wood. Just put a skunk in your garage, and then if you can't get rid of the skunk, buy a coyote, and then put the coyote in the garage.
Yeah, there's a similar story that they tell at the beginning of Mallrats. It's pretty great.
Go on.
But we're not going to get into that.
Okay, don't go on.
I have to say, like, although I really have nothing to contribute. I mean, I've had my fair share of bees and stuff in the house or wasps, but I feel like it would be really satisfying. And actually, I've had the ability to do this once. It's really just slam a wasp with a tennis racket, just literally hit them as hard as you can.
I don't
For some reason, like to
a tennis racket.
yeah, you hit them. You hit them. Like just get a tennis racket if you have it. If you don't have it, buy one. All I'm saying is,
I got a baseball bat.
Get them, get it out there. Like you just tee
Get
them
it
up.
out there. It's a big wasp. I probably wouldn't miss it, honestly. This guy's like this big.
I think it's at the point now where you need to name said wasp. Maybe try and improvise, adapt, overcome, like our friend Bear Grylls, and I don't know, maybe recruit him to your team or something like that. I don't know. It seems like a natural born killer.
Try and eat him, like Bear Grylls would probably eat. You know, Bear Grylls ended up being a fake. Did you know about that?
Yep.
Yeah, I know. He was staying in hotels the entire time.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And there's actually shots and behind the scene footage of like him, like, I'm in the middle of the wilderness, and then like there's like a car that drives past behind him, and then like we have to retake that. And then there was other ones where like, you know, you see all the crew around him in their tents and everything, and their like big lunch display that he eats as soon as they're done shooting.
It's well, it makes you really question if he was actually drinking his own urine or not.
I would say that at some point when he started the show, it was probably his intention, and he probably did quite a bit where it was real. And then somewhere along the line, when he was doing it all the time, it probably became unhealthy, and he's like, "I will just fake it."
Yeah.
Drink some apple juice.
I mean, at the end of the day, the videos, like, would they have been that much different if they were real or not? I mean, if the survival advice he's providing is legitimate.
We got what we wanted out of that show. I mean, it was more of like a TV drama than it was actually trying to see if a man survived.
Yeah.
You know, the real survivalist show, I think it was called like Survival Man.
Yep.
With Les Stroud.
Yeah,
that was a real show. If you're going to watch, that was the guy actually doing it himself. Like there was an episode where he sat out at sea in a like a floating tent for like 6 days. Some of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, just imagine being out at sea by yourself in a tent.
Here's something that we could start doing on the show moving forward. We'd have to figure out a way of like bringing up videos, and I think that is definitely something that we need to figure out. Is like if I was right now like, hey, let's watch this video, we could bring it up, which I don't think we could do right now. We need to figure that out. But I actually watched today a video. It happened in Western Australia, back in May, and 60 Minutes in Australia just did a whole thing on it of this father and 11-year-old daughter who got stranded out at sea and managed to survive. And it's this 20-minute, 60-minute. I know that's confusing. It's a 20-minute video. 60 minutes made it.
That's a segment. Yeah.
Yeah. And essentially, what happened, to sum it up for everyone, is this single dad or the divorced dad wanted to take his daughter out on this big trip along Australia's coast for her 11th birthday, and like halfway into the trip, and they had like a guy that he like met online and like 2 girls that were gonna come and help him be crew on this boat that he had. And they got halfway into the trip and they got hit by this massive wave, and it just threw the boat over.
Oh no!
And all 5 of them were in the water. The boat was wrecked. It was sunk. Whatever. They were all like banged up, and like the girl, the daughter had broke her leg, and he was like all bleeding and stuff from the face. And they had this thing called like a bripe or something. No, it was like a e-rip or something. I can't remember, but essentially it's a beacon, and you activate it if you're in distress, and it sends a signal out. So they activated this thing, sent the signal out. The 5 of them were there, but then the 5 of them started to have disagreements on like what they should do, because the 3 of them that came along that weren't the dad and the daughter saw an island or like land. It looked like relatively close, but it was on the other side of like a riptide. So they would have to swim against the current to get there, but it was pretty close. And they were like, we want to do that. We don't want to sit here. And the dad was like, I can't, my daughter has a broken leg. I can't carry her and swim across this riptide. That seems like a really bad idea. So we're going to try and swim, because I think I can make it to the other shore, pretty much the land, which was like hours away, but it's with the current. So they decide to split, but the 3 that went that way had the beacon, and then the daughter and the dad that went the other way were moving away from the beacon. And not the funny thing, but the crazy thing is that beacon actually worked immediately. There was already rescue teams on the way, and they picked up those 3 within like an hour. But they had no idea where the dad and the daughter went. They couldn't find them. So they put the thing back in the water, the little bleepy thing, because they were like, we'll track where it goes, and wherever it's drifting, that's where they must have gone. But it turns out he was fighting the current a little bit to get to the land, so they ended up chasing the thing the wrong direction. Anyway, he's out there swimming with her for almost 5 hours, and she's got like severe hypothermia, and they don't think that they would have made it another hour out there. She might have not made it another hour, and the only reason they got found is because that team of people that were out looking for them on the beacon, one of the crew members on the boat got super seasick, and they decided to turn around and take him back to land before they continued the search, and they found him on the way back.
Oh, wow.
And that's the story. So go and watch it if you want to watch it, because it's pretty insane, and the dad's a hero. The only thing that blows my mind is, like, why would you let them, like, put yourself in that position, you had the daughter, would you ever let them leave with the beacon? The one thing that might actually save you?
No, I'm definitely not. Like, you know, if you're in a situation like that, like, you have to put your child first, even if it means like risking yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a no-brainer for sure. So but then again, it's easy to speculate though when you're in a situation like that.
You never know.
It's like, for example, if you're watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, it's like, you know, oh, that person sitting in the hot seat, I definitely would have got that. But when you're like, all lights are on, it's like, you know.
Yeah, apparently, from the feeling I got, he didn't really say much about it. The feeling I got was those 3 people didn't really know him, and they were like, we're gonna swim over here and we don't care. We're gonna go make this island. We can make it. We're gonna make the island. And they probably would have been the same people that would have been like, we're taking this beacon too. If you don't want to come with us, don't come with us. But we're going to go swim to this island, and we're going to take the beacon so that we're safe. You should come with us. If not, bye. So
They probably got lucky that they got found, put it that way. I mean, when you're in a situation like that, it's like you have to look out for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, they were swimming into a riptide against the current. It's lucky they got picked up. I mean, that beacon probably did honestly save them.
Well, yeah, for sure it would. And obviously it served its purpose, but
if they had all apparently the dad was saying we should just stay here together with the beacon. And if they had just done that, they all would have got picked up at the same time.
That would have been the smart thing to do. I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers.
Yeah. Terrifying. I hate the open sea. I've always been terrified of the open sea. I can't do it. I can't go out there.
No, me either. I have, as a kid, I had dreams of being eaten by sharks. You know what I mean? I think that the fear of open water is called like thalassophobia or something like that, or like really deep water. Like, I love looking at photos of like top down, and you can see like this massive cavern underneath the sea. It's really cool looking, but just imagining being out there, I would like think a megalodon is gonna somehow swim out and like gobble you up.
Living in Australia my whole life, obviously I lived on beaches, and I love going in the ocean up to like chest height. But I can never get any further away from the land than that. And I would never want to go out on a boat, like, ever. Unless there was, like, a reef or, like, shallow water, but, like, a reef that kind of separates, like, all the other, like, sharks and stuff out. I couldn't go any further than that, because that's terrifying.
And you lived to this day, and I think that means you're right.
I am right. Of course I'm right. I'm always right.
Yeah.
Never
you made it this far, therefore correct.
Mhm.
Therefore, you're fine. Like
That's
we went,
one for me.
we went to the beach. Obviously, we live near a beachy kind of area, and we finally went to the beach. Like my Amber and I, we took our son to the beach. Our sister-in-law goes to the beach quite often. She's kind of a beachy girl down here, and she's always out swimming by herself. And it's like, what if something happens? This is just me being, I don't know, like an overbearing or protective or whatever. But it's like just imagining like sitting in the ocean and then like the currents are pushing you out towards the land. But then all of a sudden, like the waves really, really pull you back. It's like, what if something happens? So that's my fear. So I generally try to stay away.
Yeah. It's so easy. I mean, there was always stories growing up of people that were just out there at chest height or whatever, and then randomly just got dragged out to sea. And then there's also like sharks that will come in pretty shallow. It's terrifying. A lot of those sharks, because they're so smart, they know that in shallow water their fin sticks out, so they'll go in sideways, and they will swim in sideways so that you can't tell they're coming. And then last second they'll be like,
that is really sneaky, and that's how you lose a limb.
They're so sneaky.
You really like I always at least at the beginning of the year, which is like peak beach time, like January, February, there's always news reports of somebody getting eaten by a shark, and there was like shark sightings near us. Like even some of the beaches that we would drive by or hang out at or get a coffee near, and it's like, oh my god, somebody was literally eaten here like last week.
I know, it's terrifying. Like the odds are so low, but like people in Australia are at the beach every day, and there's like hundreds and thousands and millions of people going to the beach every day, and the whole country, like you gotta understand, in Australia it's too barren and dead to live in the middle, so everyone lives on the coast. Everyone, if you look at a map of Australia, almost every big city is like around water, near the edges of Australia. So of course, like you're gonna have so many people at the beach near the water, people are gonna get eaten like all the time. It seems like it happens every summer. Someone gets eaten.
Even still, there's a lot of people that like who are avid surfers, get out at like 4 or 5 in the morning and get out and literally hit the ocean.
Yeah.
Even this time of year, where like it's obviously wintertime here in Australia, which isn't really even that cold. But people will get out there in their wetsuits while it's still dark before the sun comes up, and they're hitting the waves. It's like, how could you?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it's a lifestyle kind of thing.
This is why we need to be able to bring up videos, because I don't know if you saw, but they're making a new Jackass Forever.
I saw that, yeah.
And there was a behind the scenes clip a few days ago they posted. They were doing one, it was like shark infested waters, and the thing was this guy was getting towed behind on skis, and he was like just on skis getting towed behind this boat with shark infested waters, like they're everywhere.
No way.
And he told the guy driving, he's like, go pretty slow. I don't want you to go too fast because I don't want to fall off and like fall into these sharks. But the guy went too slow and he couldn't keep the momentum and he fell right in. And almost immediately, and they have the footage of it, almost immediately this big shark comes and just takes a massive bite out of his arm. And like there is like hundreds of sharks like all around him. So he said in his mind, as soon as it took that bite and he was bleeding, he's like, I'm done. Like all these sharks are going to be on me. But
my gosh,
just for some reason, he pretty much got left alone after that one bite, and they pulled him back in, and he had to have like immediate surgery on the arm to save it. But the footage is terrifying, dude, because you see him fall in, and then you see the shark just go like immediately.
Jeez, I wonder if he fell on the shark. If maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
But
Johnny Knoxville was like, he's initiated. He's one of us. Apparently, he's a new cast member, a new crew member for the Jackass.
That's one hell of an initiation. I mean, like, I think it would be worse watching the footage knowing that it's going to happen. It's just a matter of like, there he goes, there he's falling. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wouldn't that be the worst if they, like, in the movie or the show or whatever, they show the scene and then they just like draw it out and then they never show him actually get bit?
I wish we
ultimate troll.
Wish we could show that clip. What do you want to do? You want to?
I don't know. This is. Honestly, I don't mind the candid conversation. I think it's pretty good. We have like zero direction. Maybe we can. Obviously, we're live right now. Maybe we could turn to the chat if you want.
I gotta pee again, but I can hold it.
Yeah.
I've been still drinking one of these a day. It's gonna get cut out, but
yeah. You're almost at the bottom of the barrel there.
I know. Well, I'm at the full top of my barrel, let me tell you. There was something else I was going to bring up, actually. Oh, yeah. No, I had a thought, but it is so off topic and random.
Let's hear it.
No, I don't think anyone's gonna care.
I care.
It's so random.
I care.
Trust me.
Believe
As
me,
soon
th-
as I tell you, no one's gonna care.
Oh, come on. I got to hear it. I got to hear it now.
It's
You've teased it.
it's internet drama about people you have never heard of.
Let me hear
I don't
it.
care.
Spill the tea.
See, producer's already out.
You
know,
spill the tea. I'm thirsty.
I've been following this situation closely, and it's so no one's gonna care. But do you know Dr. Disrespect?
Yes.
I know of him.
I watch
the streamer.
Yeah, I watch all his streams pretty much. Well, I mean, I'm not the whole thing, but I'll tune in, and usually when I'm working out, I'll tune in. I like him. I like his streams. But did you know, like a year ago, he randomly got banned from Twitch, and they never told him why. They never told him why, and he's been on YouTube ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who Z-Laner is?
No.
No.
So in the last year, he started playing Warzone with this kid named Z-Laner, and Z-Laner's awesome, and now I'm a huge fan of Z-Laner too, and I watch him as well. But those two together, their personalities just meshed so well. They call themselves the Drippin' and Heat duo, and they're just so fun to watch together, honestly, and they've built this friendship out of it on YouTube. And Z-Laner doesn't stream on Twitch either. He just never has. He's not interested. He's on Facebook, and now he's on YouTube. And he's actually killing it on both. But they had a Twitch-only Warzone competition that obviously Doc wasn't allowed to be a part of. So Z-Laner, for his first ever appearance on Twitch, as a meme, he decided to dress as Doc. So he wore the mustache and the wig and the glasses. He sang his song. He had his music. And it was funny. He took it off after like half hour and then just did the competition. But I think it was a little bit of like, my friend can't be here, so I'm going to like be loyal and do this and stand up for him. Yeah. Then about 3 weeks later, they had another Twitch-only competition, which Z-Laner was signed up for. He was going to be a part of it. And then on the morning of the day, Twitch put out a statement saying Z-Laner will be banned from the competition. And they didn't say anything else, no other reason why. That was the only time Z-Laner had ever been on Twitch, and this would be his second appearance, and he was banned.
Wow.
Surely there's some reason. Is there any speculation as,
because
he
dressed as Doc, and they have no sense of humor. They are so intense about the Doc thing. Like a couple months into Doc being on YouTube, he did a co-stream. Well, he didn't co-stream. He was doing a stream, and he had some people he was playing Warzone with, and one of them was playing on Twitch. So ergo, on his stream on Twitch, Doc was technically on it because he was on the voice call. He was in the game. He was talking, and people on Twitch could hear him. That person that was streaming on Twitch got banned for like 2 days because Doc appeared in the stream. Like, they are
ridiculous.
So hardcore, so petty. And I say this as someone that's I love you, Twitch. Hi, thank you, Twitch. Appreciate you.
Meanwhile,
Twitch.
You're on YouTube saying, "I love you, Twitch."
For everything you do for me, Twitch. But I gotta say, they are so petty, and I wish they would give the reason why they banned Doc, because no one, even Doc, doesn't know.
Has anybody speculated as to why, or he just literally got pulled for no reason?
So for those that don't know, Doc had a little bit of controversy, which it was a bit rough on him, honestly. But he went to a convention about 6 months probably before he was officially banned forever, and he was doing an in real life stream where the cameras were following him around, and he's in his character, right? He's being funny, he's being stupid. He doesn't act like himself. Like, the Dr. Disrespect is a character. And at one point he was like, "I have to pee. Come with me." And they went into the bathroom together to film him going to the bathroom. Now, obviously, he like went into a stall or whatever. You couldn't see anything, but technically, you're not allowed to film in bathrooms, and it's against Twitch's rules to film in bathrooms. So he got a temporary ban for that. And I don't know what happened after that, but it was a big controversy. He came back to Twitch for a little while, and then one day he was just banned permanently.
Maybe they just had it out for him, so they were looking for.
I think so. I think after that, they had it out for him, and then they just decided, maybe even retroactively, they were like, "No, we should have banned him," in their minds. I couldn't imagine. Could you imagine, like, anything you're doing, just one day you wake up, like, if one day I woke up and YouTube had banned my account, deleted my account, had banned me from YouTube, and they never told me why?
What would you do? Like, that's essentially somebody taking away your livelihood, really.
His entire life. I mean, he's got, I think, one kid, but he's married. And, you know, he built a living and a career on Twitch of like thousands and thousands of people watching him. And then it was just gone for no reason.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Well, I tell you what, it's kind of like a double standard because as we know, and we've done this before, a hot tub stream. Well, I was in the bathtub. With everybody, I think Twitch has gotten a little more lenient and has even created specific categories for things as such. But you know, you have scantily clad people sitting there in hot tubs, but yet he goes into a stall.
It's so
obviously
dicey.
obscured by a door. I know it's
so dicey because it all comes down to opinions and subjectiveness and what someone deems as okay and what someone else doesn't deem as okay, what someone deems as like sexual content and what someone else doesn't. And
sure,
I agreed with them when they made the specific categories for hot tubs and stuff. Like, good, give them their own place. And then, like, you know, the just chatting is already so, like, filled with so many random things.
Yeah.
And that category was blowing up in just chatting. So give them their own place for sure. But, you know, they do still, like, at the drop of the hat, ban people for going overboard with it. And anything, and like nip slips or anything like that. Like, it almost seems like Twitch has this inbuilt alert where when a nipple is shown, they immediately know when you are banned. But, yeah, it's...
Interesting.
Twitch is great, and I love Twitch, but your communication Twitch is a absolute nightmare. For example, with me, I had a manager at Twitch who signed me up, got me set up. He was my relations manager, my channel manager. Like, he worked for Twitch, directly for Twitch, and then he worked with me on everything that I do on Twitch. And he was the guy. When I wanted to go partner, I messaged him and he was like, okay, you're a partner. He did it like overnight. He made me partner. He was the guy that I talked like numbers with. And I was like, well, can I get this cut if I was to go partner? Because, you know, I can't do other things if I do this. Like, he was the guy for everything. And then one day I message him and he's like, oh, no, I don't do that job anymore. And then I was like, okay, so who's my partner now? And he was like, you don't technically have one. You would have to contact Twitch help to get a new one. Like,
seems pretty sketchy though. Like, no explanation.
Yeah, there's no communication whatsoever. It's just they just do things. H3 was another one that got like screwed over by Twitch. I shouldn't sit here and like do all Twitch drama, but they got messed over by Twitch too. They tried when they left Twitch peacefully. Twitch tried not to pay them for their last month out of pettiness.
That's ridiculous.
That's very ridiculous. I know the producer has his own experiences with Twitch. I mean, you tried to do Twitch streaming, is that correct? Is it something?
Yeah, but you know, it's like when you don't have your face on stream, I feel like a lot of people just don't they don't attach, right? So
right.
You
Yeah.
know,
To be fair though, YouTube and all the social medias can be exactly the same, you know.
Oh yeah.
I applied for a Twitter checkmark the same time as like RGT did and some of my other friends with like smaller channels, smaller communities, and not comparing, but they all got approved and I got declined. And they didn't give me a reason why. They just didn't approve me. They didn't think I was a real person. And then YouTube,
Do you have one now?
No, I don't. Because I can't apply for another 30 days. There's no reason for that either. And then, you know, Instagram never gave me my check mark. They declined me too. YouTube, you know, YouTube's pretty good with me. We have a pretty good relationship. I can't complain too much there. But there's been stories, you know, like Team 4-Star one day woke up and their entire channel was gone.
Yeah.
You know, it happens. It happens on everything.
I could not imagine that.
It really is just like that for pretty much every social platform where just it could be the rug that, you know, that gets ripped out from under you at any moment. It's ridiculous.
It's the Wild West on social medias, and there's barely any relegation. Like I feel like the internet in general has a long way to go.
And let's be real here. Also, there's just very little competition between the platforms. Like each platform kind of does their own little thing. They have their little niche. But as far as like streaming goes, it's obviously like Twitch has way more people watching streams. On YouTube, has way more people watching videos than anywhere else. You know, so even though Dr. Disrespect is awesome and is able to bring a good chunk of his audience to YouTube, that's not something that a lot of people are going to be able to do. You know, because it's just the opportunities are not identical. They're slanted.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's making less money now on YouTube too, because
there's for sure,
way less ways to make money on YouTube. Like, there's no gifted subs. It's not as It's not as fun for people to donate. Like, it's not as fun to donate on YouTube because
No.
yeah, there's just not as many integrations. There's no hype train. It's just not, and the culture isn't there either. There's such a culture on Twitch to support the streamers. On YouTube, that culture just isn't really there.
No, it's definitely not. And like I haven't really I've only live streamed on YouTube with, our show. Twitch is a whole different experience in terms of live streaming. It's definitely centered around like the person that's doing the show at any given time. With like, the revenue share that you have, like for affiliate, for example, like I'm Twitch affiliate, it's 50-50. Partners different. I think you can negotiate that in some respect. But you can like totally negate that by like selling merch and stuff as well. Like, so you can show up on Twitch, maybe make $2 and whatever. That's all you get, but you sell stuff on the side. So you can quite easily still kind of finagle your way through there. But even still, like somebody's always trying to reach their hands into what you're doing. Big brother.
That said, should we wind up? Was that someone ringing the bell for a coffee?
Yeah, that was. I think somebody's here for a coffee. Actually, I think it was the postman delivering my Amazon package.
Well, we should probably make that coffee.
All right.
Oh, yeah, we should probably make that coffee.
All right.
Using our bribe.
Oh yes. All right, here we go.
Wait, well, where are we going?
What are we doing?
I thought you wanted me to switch. I don't know. What are we doing?
What are we doing? I don't know. We have no plan.
I mean, I thought winding up.
Okay.
It feels good to wind up here.
Yeah, we'll wind up.
So yeah, this was a little bit of a precursor of a show that might be a bit more of us rambling. But that said, for future episodes, we'll go in with more of a plan and things that are actually happening within the world to talk about and bring some gaming into it. But this was kind of like a hybrid, dubbed half show of our old show, half of a new show, and maybe we can experiment with that format and see what we can do with it.
I liked it. I thought the first half of the show was incredibly funny. I mean, I know you didn't really, but I've never laughed so hard. Honestly, it's been years since I laughed that hard. I actually don't even know if I've ever laughed that hard in my life.
That was a really good segment for some giggles.
Oh my god, that was loud. Remember that time we were at Thingy's house and we were laughing at all those like jokes like ram into the ground. We were laughing.
Yes, I remember that.
And then when we made our old videos and we were watching them back, we were laughing at those pretty hard too.
Oh, honestly,
I was crying. And making those videos, we were crying. We should react to those in one of our first episodes.
Oh my gosh, we definitely should. There's so many. Like maybe we'll do another top 5. Maybe we'll do a top 5.
We should do things like that, like and react to the House Hunters thing. We'll just do it. We haven't found time to make a video. Let's just do it live.
Yeah.
There you go. Do it live.
All right. Catch up with the show at the website woodenerekshow.com. Thank you everyone that watched this episode. We appreciate you all. You can still leave a voicemail. Voicemails are not going away. That number is still the same number, and it always will be. And if you want to be a part of the show, you can still fill out the valued viewer form. And if we ever see anything good, we'll still make it part of the show.
Oh, yeah.
That said, whether you're watching us here live or the audio version or the video version after the fact, thank you for this interesting experiment. And we will see you again next week on Sunday with Kim and Amber for the first ever couples, wives, duel episode of the show, which we're really excited for.
Better have stream.
So think of some questions for Kim and Amber. And yeah, I'm out. Whatever you guys want to say now.
It's up to you, producer. You're the one that always takes the show off here.
Oh, well, in that case, fist bumps only.
P.
Well, there you have it. As the title said, Wood's gone. It's just me in full 4K glory. Everybody's leaving now. but he's going. Oh my gosh. I think
Well-
I don't know. It wasn't really clear if we're doing a post show or not, but maybe we'll stick around for another minute or so just to kind of wind things down. We'll say thank you to everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. The tail end of the show did have some post show vibes, did it not, producer?
I would say so. It kind of did, yeah. But
I love the empty chair shots.
you know. Yeah,
was good.
it kind of did have post show vibes, and we did run a little bit later because we started a little bit later. Because of reasons, technical difficulties and such. But
of course,
yeah, I feel like it was because that laid back vibe, we sometimes get during the post show. It just happened during the show. That's kind of cool. I dig it.
It's always been hard to get the relaxed kind of vibe during the show because, as I said, like at the beginning, it's like you go straight into presenter mode. But I'm feeling quite relaxed here. Just in general too, because
I'm pretty relaxed too. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. So we're obviously we're winding down with the post show here. I didn't know.
No, that's fine.
What we were doing.
Pee. I was going to pee myself again.
Oh, you could have had a story for next week.
Yeah.
When we introduce the next segment of number ones.
I don't know why it shrunk me.
I have no idea. I kind of love it though.
You've been moving around a little bit here and there.
I shrunk my chair down. Like my actual chair height is like up here.
Mm-hmm. I think that's funny. Hi.
That's great.
How's it going?
Hey.
You good? How's the weather up there?
Oh, it's great.
I bet.
It's really great.
I gotta say, I do like the fact that it's facing you guys inward at least now together.
I know.
Which is
nice. There's a comment here that I want to read in chat. Read out loud. Okay, so now that we know the producer's name, it's a common name. Does it really matter? We have no idea which one they are. You don't know who the producer is. Not even we know. Nobody knows. And it will remain anonymous.
Do we think
Do
Monica
I even know?
The donor?
Not yet.
Monica, I'm so glad Wood told me about the donations because they take such a big cut. Yeah.
Google takes like 30% or something. You said
Google is a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Also, I don't have Stream Elements open anymore, so I don't know if we got any of those donos.
Oh yeah, we need to.
I can take a look. And heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to a lot of rock lately while working out every morning.
Hey, we did a rap song last week. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. Yeah. The video did pretty good. The sales weren't as good as CD Projekt. People loved CD Projekt.
I know. I still get asked these days to put CD Projekt on a CD.
Should put it on a cassette.
That's really great. Put it on a mini disc. Actually, that would be a really
that would be
idea.
so bad. That'd be so awesome. Now, Monica asked, "What's the cut for Twitch?" It's 50-50 for subs, and 100% of bits go to the streamer.
70-30 for me, but then 100% of bits, yes.
Yeah, which is why if said streamer, like if you really want to support the streamer, use a donate link because it goes straight to them.
Yeah, well, yeah. It depends which way you want to look at it. So on Twitch, the bits are 100% to the streamer because the fees get taken out when you buy the bits. So really, there's no difference on Twitch between doing Stream Elements and bits. The only difference is going to be how soon the streamer gets the money. Because Stream Elements is going to go straight to their PayPal instantly, and bits get paid out about the middle of each month. And then the subs, they are a 70-30 split because you don't buy those beforehand. 70-30 for partners that have a certain amount of views. I mean, I'm Wood from Beat 'em Ups, so I managed to haggle and use my sub number on YouTube to get a better deal. But most partners starting out will get 50-50 for a long time, unless they can build a pretty big audience on their own.
Yeah. Just funny because it takes a while to obviously get to that stage.
Yeah, it takes a long time. I can't remember exactly what it is. I think it's something like 2,000 subs or something. When you get around that area, they'll do like a better deal for you.
Like the requirements for all that stuff is funny. Like I've hit affiliate status pretty darn quickly, of course. But it's like you have to average 75 viewers to even be considered for partner. Like you have to apply for it. It's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting
that
how
first 75 can be a grind, and it needs to be an average too. So you can't just be hitting like 75 on some streams. You got to be hitting 75 consistently
every stream.
Like, and that might mean hitting 120 on some streams if you're hitting 50 on others. Like it's got to average out. It takes a long time.
It's funny how that Twitch algorithm works, because I find like a lot of people, like I've been getting a lot of random people showing up in my streams, which is really great, but like the organic growth is incredibly slow.
Yeah. The organic growth is nigh on impossible. Like I haven't seen any growth on Twitch that came directly from Twitch. I still don't, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I still don't know anyone who's come in and been like, hey, found you on Twitch, enjoying the streams, still here. Like, it's always like, hey, I watch you on YouTube.
You know, I had somebody come into my streams like 2 weeks ago and was like, oh my God, you're that guy. I remember you from back in the old days. Like, you did videos with Wood years ago. I can't believe I found you through the Discover page. And I was like, that's really weird.
That
like,
is
that's
super
really random. He was like, oh my God, you're that guy who did the voice for the Game Chasers years ago. I was like,
they more than likely still watch my stuff, and the algorithm recommended you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because it's like there's no way that you just fall into that.
That's super random.
It's very random.
Monica with another 5 saying she's about to just start cutting a check. Nah, I think that would start looking a bit sus on our tax returns. Also, you already do more than enough. I mean, at this point, I'm not going to speak for Erek. I'm sure Erek could still use all the support, but at least on my end, you could retire from supporting me. I think you've got pretty much everyone covered here for the next few years. Can only buy so many go-karts, you know?
Oh, I know. Well, hey, the producer doesn't have one yet, so we'll make sure we get that arranged.
Mine.
You can bribe on the go-kart.
Oh, man. That would be fantastic.
Hey, never bribe and cart.
I will bribe everywhere, man.
You bribe your pants.
Sounds wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's that check getting cashed.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you, Monica.
What did I just say?
She said, "Don't tell me how to spend my money."
There you go. I would you can disagree, Wood, but I would like to see that go to the producer today.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I disagree. It's the first donor.
Just kidding. You know what I'm saying.
Hey, he gets paid.
I
think
yeah,
now thanks to that donor, we're probably going to get paid pretty much the same.
Yeah, we've worked it out.
Monica, I mean, at this point, Monica drops 100 and we say thanks and then move on.
I do.
I don't even know what to say anymore, Monica. Seriously, like, I'm not kidding. Like, you can
rendering speechless now.
I mean, on these it's nice because I can split it here with my co-hosts, but yeah, with me, you're more than welcome to retire. I do like when we get the hype trains, though, and Monica matches gift subs, because it encourages people that usually wouldn't gift sub to come out and gift sub. And I only like it because Monica is apparently Jeff Bezos's cousin.
I like hype trains. It's really great because it's like you can get notified when it says, "Oh, there's a hype train incoming," or "There's a hype train about to leave the station," or something like that. That's really great. Like, I like. Yeah.
It's fun because it encourages people for a few minutes every hour to actually try and support and do something there. Whether it's Prime subs or YouTube has a long way to go.
Well, I don't think YouTube would ever really try and match what Twitch is doing.
Oh, they're trying. They're working on gift subs. They're working on gift subs. I heard they're working on something similar to a hype train, and they're adding in
okay.
like these stickers and all this kind of stuff. Ways for people watching, whether it's live or not live, to support and throw money at the
Sure.
situation. I mean, you have like the join now with the emotes. Like they're trying. I don't know why it's taking so long. They should just like do it and then like roll it out. But they're doing little bits here and there, and it's all like coming together.
It doesn't make
very
sense.
slowly.
You'd rather implement it like all at once.
They told me a year ago that they were working on gifted subs or gifted members or whatever and hype trains.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen any of them yet.
Yep.
Monica again with a super chat says, "Would you have email?"
Yeah, I know. I saw when I was peeing.
P-mail.
P-mail. All right. Kim made my dinner 3 hours ago. For that one person that said that we just rock up for an hour and then leave. We got on call at 5. It's now 10. This has been 5 hours of our Sunday. I'm sure these boys would like to, one would probably like to go to bed. The other would probably like to get on with his day. And I'd love to eat my very cold dinner at this point. Just again, reminding that one person that said that we streamed for an hour.
I don't think they meant it like that. I don't think they meant it like that.
I'm going to go and eat my 3-hour-old cold dinner now.
We're milking it. We're milking it here. Well, thanks everybody for showing up. It's always great to hang out with everybody here, and it's great to change the way that we're doing the show. I'm enthused about it, even though it's very relaxed, of course. I think it'll be more relatable for the peeps.
Yeah, this will be great.
We appreciate you guys that are watching each week and staying up with the show and having a good time, and we hope you stick around through all the iterations, and hopefully we can add some numbers to you guys so you have more people to talk to and chat and enjoy the show with.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's finally great to be sat at a table here with you and looking at you here
You just
for the first time.
scooted a little closer to me too. I like that.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
All right. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
All right.
I gotta
take
pee.
care,
I gotta pee
everybody.
again. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Make sure to send me the audio files, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, we're just going.
Right.
Are we going? Because that's
Let's
the vibe
go.
that I got.
Let's go.
Let's
Screw
go.
it. Go.
We're going.
Okay.